We're here to talk about my new X-Men movie. I'm Wolverine. My Wolverine's Australian because I'm Indian and it's more of a challenge for me to do as an actor. But let's get the big spoiler out of the way. He reset the entire timeline. That means that those two Wolverine movies that had nothing to do with each other, X-Men 3, I thought Professor X died. And this one he's back in the future. He looks exactly the same as he did in Star Trek Nemesis, which came out in 1995. How do you do it, Patrick Stewart? How do you do it? Let me get this straight. That means Wolverine is the luckiest son of a alive ever. Because not only is this dude immortal, but this means he's getting to live two lives. Two parallel lives. He already lived one, f***ed everything up, and the world's ending. So they send him back in time, and this time he just went and snitched on the villains and everything that happened. So now he's living another life where all the shit that went wrong in the last life, he told his boy, and he fixed everything. Does that mean he still has bone claws? Who knows? But all I want to know is, like, what does this dude do with immortality? Like, imagine Wolverine, like, at a club. I've been dreaming of having those damn claws my whole life. Every time I forgot my locker combination, not only did I want to just go and just break my locker, but I just wanted to run down the whole hallway and just be like, just get the claws out and just fucking run down, just break all the fucking, and then the teacher runs out. She'll be like, hey, do you have a hall pass? I'm just like, any argument, there's no losing with the claws. And I'm not talking about those nasty bone, I'm a fucking extra in the Thriller looking claws. I'm talking about the adamantium, the substance that isn't even real claws. There's no losing an argument. There's no losing a board game. There's nothing. Like, imagine him playing chess with Magneto.
I believe that's checkmate, old friend.
Checkmate again? You cheated! You cheated, Bob.
Logan, there's something you must know. I'm banging your mother, who you've forgotten.
They showed Iceman completely turn into ice in this movie because in the last movie he had the same powers as a Zamboni. All he did was make like an ice rink. But in this one he was riding the ice wave, doing all types of crazy shit. They had Colossus, which is one of my favorite badass characters, who is the German dude whose name I forget because I'm DC, I'm not Marvel, I'm not as nerdy as you guys. But Colossus, he just turns into metal completely. He got melted. He just transformed. Like, what if like half of him transformed? He got melted and then it was just like, anyway. Halle Berry was in the movie. She was barely in the movie because rumors say that, you know, she refused to do the mohawk and she wanted a shirtless scene and she stole the costume, and at that point they just wrote her out of the movie. But Halle Berry, play that shit. Halle Berry. So the coolest thing about this movie is how Professor X could just take a pill after getting shot in the spine and just start walking again. And the only catch was, like, he lost his psychic powers. So, like, they got the cure for paralysis and they didn't tell the rest of the world. So, like, what is it? Like, you just lose one of your 4 senses, but you can walk? I think that's some like we should be privy to. Like, you should let people know that if they don't listen to music, they can f***ing walk instead of being in a wheelchair all day, Professor X. That's kind of f***ed up to hold out on the world. Anyway, on a less moral note. So there was also this one time that Professor X tried to swap out his powers to get hair again, because you know how he goes bald. But this time Beast had to make him a pill, and the pill ended up turning his hair and his pubes blue. So, you know, he had to shave it off again real quick. But that's a comic book that not a lot of y'all probably read. Magneto saved JFK's life by trying to bend the bullet, and why? Because JFK was a mutant? Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? I mean, this dude had the presidency, Marilyn Monroe, and superpowers? Slow clap. I mean, this dude was alive for like 50 something years, and he did all this shit with his life. And let's talk about this guy, Wolverine. This dude is immortal. What did this dude do? JFK died in like 50 something years. He became president. All Wolverine did with his immortality is just have girlfriends and exes. And he would go out with a girl for like 10 years until she died, or, you know, he just had another mission or an X-Men spin-off to do. I bet Wolverine doesn't even break up with girls. He probably just acts like he lost his memory every time he has to like get rid of a girl. It's a perfect excuse. Logan, I know you just lost a director, but where is this going? I need to know about us. Where am I? Professor? Jean! But overall, I think Days of Future Past was a great movie, and Bryan Singer makes the best X-Men movies hands down, even though we've only had a few other directors to choose from. His like cinematic universe is just a lot like Sam Raimi's in that it just like surrounds you and you feel like you're in a comic book world where all this stuff is possible and it's happening, and the music is epic and done in such a graceful way, whereas other movies just seem like, 90s action movies that got the rights to, superhero characters. Just some guys have that vision. He's definitely one of them, so I really enjoyed this and I can't wait for the sequel. So this movie totaled 4 cars out of 5 and it smashed the shit out of them, and I loved it. It was awesome. Like if you concur. Subscribe if you're swell.